Hello, everybody. Welcome back. If you are coming back and if you've just stumbled across this video and you think, oh, this looks interesting, go back to the start of the playlist and watch from the start, because we are on episode 50 today after all. So 49 episodes go before this. It's worth a watch. And just whiles away a little bit of time before FM23 comes out. That's only just over a week away now. Are we getting excited? I think we might be. Anyway, today we have two games for you in League Two. One of those two games could actually see us promoted. Welcome to From the Bottom to the Top. Hello and welcome to episode 50 of From the Bottom to the Top. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have those two games for you as promised. First game up will be against Wrexham, and they are currently in about fourth place in the table. We'll have a look at that very, very shortly. And then our first home game back at the Citadel. Yes, we are back at the Citadel, boys and girls. Our home stadium has actually been revamped and is ready for us to go back and play football. So our second game of the episode against Barnet is our first game back at the Citadel. Just one thing to mention on the preamble. I did say if you are here for the first time, you've stumbled across the video and all the rest of it, even if you're not and you've been watching avidly throughout the series, then please leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification button. It all comes in very, very handy on YouTube, of course. Right, let's have a look and see what's been happening since you were last with us. And since you were last with us, we'll edge our way down the thing. You last were with us for Accrington Stanley and Oldham Athletic. It was a bit of a dire episode, 2 points out of a possible 6. Looked like we were stuttering, but we're not. As it happens, we've managed a 2-1 win, bearing in mind that both these games have been at home. I have to say that. Those two games were away from home. Prior to that, 2 games at home, perfectly all right. Away game, rotten. 2 home games, even more rotten. But even so, we seem to have picked up a little bit. I mean, Grimsby Town, a 2-1 win. Goals from Conor McBride and Will Russ. Rounding it off after they equalised in that game. Let's have a quick proper look at it. Conor McBride taking the lead after 31 minutes. 8 minutes later, Rodal Richards getting the equaliser. Will Russ managing to finish off the win after 56 minutes, and we held on nicely from there on in. But as you see, it was pretty even Stevens. We had 13 shots, 6 on target. They had 12 shots, 5 on target. We had 1.27. The only thing that we did excel on a little bit was the possession. So eventually held them off. As you'll see from the XG, it was a bit topsy-turvy until this point, and then we just managed to get past them on that final bit, the final run-in, as it were, and managed to see them off. So 3 more points in the bag. And then we had Port Vale at home, our last home game at the Envirovent Stadium. As it turned out, we weren't sure. We thought it was around about that date. We weren't absolutely sure, as you say. We absolutely stonked this result. Completely in control, and the 2-0 probably should have had a couple more, really. Alan Kavanagh getting us in front after 7 minutes, and then Conor McBride finishing it off after 65. Josh Dixon has been injured. He's out for 2 to 4 weeks. He has got a fractured rib, so that's bad news for him. He's not long since been back. Just getting him back to fitness in the team. And he's gone again, which is bad news. As I say, 20 shots, 7 on target, 2.02 XG. I'll get it out in a minute. 64% possession. Port Vale had 4 shots, 2 of which were on target, 0.24 on the XG, 36% possession. So that is where it has left us. We've got, as I say, Wrexham and Barnet today. Let's have a look at the table then. As you will see, we're still top. We have now qualified definitely for playoffs at the worst. That's if we were lose all the rest of the games this season. We have played 37 games. That leaves us, by my reckoning, with 9 games to play. As you will see, some of the other teams, including Colchester and Bradford, who played one another and drew 2-2, which was a big help to us. Both played. They played on, this is a Wednesday game. They played on Tuesday night. We'll have a look at that, those scores in just a moment. But as you'll see, we are 16 points with a game in hand in front of Colchester. And we have calculated that today, because Wrexham, who are in 4th, we play them today, by the way. So this is big that we beat them. It's even more important that we beat them today, because if we do beat them, we will actually have got 90 points. They will be on 64 with 24 points left in the pot. The maximum they can get is 88. If they were to win today, they would have 67 with 24 in the pot. Have you worked it out? Yep, 91. So our target then would be 91 points, which we potentially could get. We wouldn't get if we lost today. We wouldn't get that in the next game. But yeah, it's today is a 6-pointer with a little bit of sass, because if we can get that, we are pretty much guaranteed promotion. A draw, it won't do us any harm realistically. We will be on 88 points, and I think Wrexham probably can get 89 if that's the case. Yeah, 89. They would be able to get 89. So literally a win then against Barnet in our second game would secure that automatic promotion. But let's not jump ahead of ourselves. The other thing just to mention, I did notice actually, Colchester, they've gone 10 games without losing. So they're on a very, very good run at the moment, hence why they've coupled themselves back up into second position. But what I was looking at was the schedule. And noticeably, we beat them and absolutely trunched them 6-0 back in early January. And since then, they've not lost. That's their 10 games unbeaten since we give them a good old tonking in January. So they've had a 2-0, 2-0, 1-0, 2-2, 1-0, 6-1 against Morecambe, 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, and a 2-2 draw. So effectively, they've only conceded 5 goals in 10 games, while scoring quite a few. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 clean sheets out of those 10 games. So they've been on an exceedingly good run. In fact, if we go here and then go past positions, let's have a look at Colchester. As you see, Colchester did drop away, and then this is the beginning of that 10-game run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I think that was possibly the draw that did that. But as you'll see, that has definitely perked them up into that top spot. They were on top before we hit the top, and so we hit the top after the 5th game of the season and have pretty much been there ever since. Bradford City, they've not been too badly, and Wrexham, again, they've not been doing too badly. They have been down to the deep, dizzy lower parts and managed to pick themselves up and come back up, of course. Barnet, on the other hand, been on the bottom for quite some time. Right, that's how it all stacks up. Let's get back to the schedule. And Wrexham are our opponents today. We've played them once, of course, in League Two. We played them at our place at the Environment Stadium. It was a 3-0 win on that occasion. Will Russ with 2 goals. Conor McBride getting the 3rd. A similar result today would be rather good. And this is the team to face Wrexham. One thing of other note is that I had actually sort of said that what I was going to do is I was going to drop Fryer, and I had a fiddle around with the formation and put Boney in place of Fryer for the last game, and when I started playing, I realised Fryer was still in goal. I don't know how that happened. But anyway, needless to say, he had an absolutely stonking game. I think he must have known that I was in the process of removing him from goal. So just to say at this point, Fryer, you don't play properly today. Boney is taking over from you. So just a word of warning there, mate. So Fryer in goal, Robinson, Jones, Nelson and Limbixa, because Doherty is out. He's suspended for 2 games. This is the second of his 2 games, but he's also tired. So it's an exceedingly good opportunity to rest him as well. Kavanagh, Willock and Coleman are attacking. They are our midfield, and Coleman and Kavanagh seem to be doing quite good things as Mazulias in that formation. Brunt is in for Dixon. He's up in that attacking playmaker role. Conor McBride as the target forward, with Will Russ as the attacking forward. That is the formation. Boney, Fernandez, Harlock, Nolan, Godsmart forward, Shepherd, and Cannon, who isn't 100%. Cannon, actually, he's not going to return to training for 5 days. Did we ought to have him on the bench? I don't think that's a great idea, to be fair. Who else do we have on the bench? Don't really have it. That is the problem. I think that's why he's there. Is because we don't really have anybody else to pop in there. But I'm just thinking that's a wasted slot, really. I don't know who chose this team. Let's have a look. As you see, we haven't really got a lot in depth on the bench. Something we need to really be working on, I think. Right, we're going to put Diarrhea on the bench. Right, we're going to put him on the bench instead, and we'll see how we get on for this game against Wrexham. A must-win if we are to secure promotion today. And we're underway here at the racecourse ground in Wrexham. Early highlight is for Wrexham, and that ball is cleared. Well tackled by... I'll need to have a look and see who... Oh. Didn't give away the penalty, but about 8 or 9 minutes in, we've gone a goal behind, which isn't in the script. What's the matter with the script? Goodness me. Ball crossed back in, and McPake unmarked. Somebody have a word with Fryer and tell him that he's out if he's not up to speed today. They have a free kick, and that's gone over the top, thankfully. Goal recorded at 9 minutes. We've not done a lot since. So we have had chances. As we approach half-time, we've not had a highlight that's shown us in attacking a prowess, and it's been a bit of a mediocre first half, to be fair. Certainly from our point of view, they've had 7 shots, 2 on target, 0.65, 49% possession. We've had 5 shots, 2 on target, 0.66, and 51% possession. We need to sort ourselves out for the second half. No changes made at half-time, and we're back underway here at the racecourse ground. And want to see a little bit better in this second half. Just checking the opposition. Past the half-hour mark and still nothing doing. Right. We're going to make one change early on because Brunt, basically, he's... just got to work out who the best player is to take over from him. It's Kane Coleman, I think. Kavanagh can play in there. But I think if we put Kane Coleman in there, he's quite good in that position. And then what we'll do is we'll remove Brunt for Harlock. Harlock can come on for him. That's our first change. He's motivated. And we might need to go to attacking formation here. They have a free kick again, and is in acres of space. But he was offside, I think. Or has that gone out for a corner? It's gone out for a corner. Richard with the corner. And Fryer plucks it from underneath the crossbar. And that was a good save by Fryer. And our first highlight that we've had of us in an attacking formation. Robinson holds the ball up. I thought he was going to lose it then for a minute. Willock comes all the way back to Jones. Back to Willock. Willock trying to look for an outlet, but they're defending very, very well. Fryer. Nelson. Nelson sweeps it out to Lembiksa. Lembiksa now on the ball, looking for Russ, I think it was. But to be fair, it was hit ever so hard and very poor. Makes me wonder what the purpose of this highlight is. Nelson heads it down. Coleman through to Russ. Can he put this away? He's hit the woodwork. If ever you thought there was going to be a day when it's all going to go a bit awry, today is the day. And it's not happening, is it? Right, tactics-wise, let's have a look. Because I think we need to make some changes. Lots of tired bodies on the pitch here. Don't have any more up front. Nico Jones is tired. Lembiksa is tired. Two changes we can make. And I'm thinking Lembiksa for Godsmark Ford on that side. And then what we'll do is I think we will have Ronnie Nelson off for Ferdinand. I know that's not attacking intent, but very, very tired. Right, we're going attacking. We've got nothing to lose here. We're a goal down. As it currently stands, Colchester are winning. Oh no, they've already played. So they're on 71 points. As goes back to my original calculation, I think. And we're not going to get anything out of this game at all. Nothing in the slightest. Very disappointing. And it's a 1-0 loss. There it is. McPake after 9 minutes. And we had nothing in the tank. Nothing to give. We had one highlight, I think it was. Very, very poor. That's all I can say. We should have gone back. Sorry, I do apologise. Jumped the gun there. In my absolute... I just can't believe it. So 15 shots, 4 on target. 1.53 on the XG. 54% possession. I mean, we only have 4 shots on goal, but we should have, according to the XG, we should have had at least one of those. 17 shots, 6 on target. They probably should have had more, profited more. But obviously our defence was equal to them today. Let's have a look and see what that means to the table. And does it really dent our promotion aspirations? Well, there we are. That's how the table looks after that round. And no win against Barnet is going to get us our promotion, because if you look at this, Wrexham now, if they've got 24 points available to them left, that gives them 91 points maximum that they can get. We even if we beat Barnet, what it does mean that we will be on 90 points, and that's also, it depends on how Wrexham do in the next game. but we'll be on 90 points. And I don't think it will be enough for us to achieve our goal of promotion in this episode, which is very disappointing because I was hoping at least a point, and we would have ended up then in a situation where the maximum they could get was 89, and so a win would have actually against Barnet would have seen us there in this episode. So it could well be that by the time we come back next time, we will be promoted. Unfortunately, we'll have to watch that game, the highlights of the game that actually gets us promoted. But yeah, very disappointing. And the least said about that, the better. We'll move on. Farsley manager slams the team. Yes, he did. He was very, very upset, to say the least of that. Right. What can we say? Right, let's have a look at the League Two, and we'll look at the fixtures and results, because it will tell us next time round. Wrexham are at home to Walsall, and if my memory serves me right, who's Colchester? Colchester are at home to Milton Keynes Dons. So that's, I think, both those games, I won't say are foregone conclusions, but I think we can pretty safely say that we know where those games are going. So it's just, I suppose, ultimately, we are in an episode again, is not to lose against Barnet or drop points against Barnet, really, is the answer. Barnet can still get out of there, but we're hoping that they're not going to try and do it against us, that's for sure. Right, this should be, and it does actually now say the Citadel. Previous to this, it's been telling us that it's the Envirovent Stadium, but it has actually given us that now. 5,550 capacity. The pitch condition is poor, apparently. That's because nobody's been playing on it. So, yeah, the capacity's increased. It'll be interesting to see how many people turn up for this first game back at the Citadel. We've waited pretty much all the way through the season. We've got 4 home games left of the season at the Citadel this year. So let's hope we can get maximum points from those 4 games. And then we just need to see what points we can pick up on the road, basically. Barnet, last time out, played them the once and drew 1-1. Oh, dear. It does not bode well, does it? Oh, dear. Do you get that feeling, that sinking feeling? I've got that right now. Okay, let's have a look at the team that will face Barnet. Let's hope it's a team that actually can win us promotion. Well, no, they won't win us. We've already worked that out. They won't win us promotion. But let's hope it's a team that will get us at least to the precipice. And here is the team that will face Barnet in this pivotal match in League Two. And our first game back at the Citadel. As you'll see, we have changed formation for this one. And Boney is in goal. He's taken over from Fryer, who didn't have a bad game last time out. But I've just decided that Boney will get an opportunity here. Lembiksa moves from right to the left side. Robinson is on the bench. Nelson Coleman drops back from midfield into that defensive line. Doherty is on the right. He's back after a 2-match suspension and a little bit of a rest. Kavanagh and Harlock are in midfield with McBride out on the left. Brunt in central attacking playmaker role. Shepherd out on the right. Russ is the lone striker up front. On the bench, Fryer, Fernandez, Diarra, Nolan, Godsmartford, Willock and Robinson. I know it's good to be back at the Citadel for our first game. Let's have a look at the stadium if we can. When we get a highlight, of course, would be very, very nice. Colchester, who are they playing? We did establish who they were playing, didn't we, early on? 20 minutes gone, no highlights. So their first highlight are to Barnet, and a free kick which Boney puts over the top. Curled in, and it's headed clear by Brunt and into touch. Well, we had early doors, but Barnet have come back into this wholesale. Coleman heading back to Boney. Nelson. Kavanagh. Nelson. Nelson will push that out wide to Lembixa. Lembixa finds McBride in front of him. McBride inside to Brunt. Kavanagh. Nelson. Brunt. Harlock. Harlock through to Russ. And Russ couldn't put it away, but managed to get a save out of the goalkeeper. It's a corner. Harlock with the corner. Out swinging. And it's headed clear. Don't seem to have had a lot of success lately from corners. This an opportunity Russ really should have put away. Didn't. Probably should have fired it across the body of the goalkeeper. Another corner, Harlock. That out swinging. It's a header from Nelson, and it's just over the top. Had that been on target, my money would have been on a goal, but wasn't to be. Doherty and Coleman working quite well. Doherty to Brunt. Coleman finding Kavanagh. Moving the ball around nicely. Russ. Kavanagh looking for Shepherd. Shepherd's in. Oh. Again, why didn't he fire it onto the far post? Try to go near post. And not only did he miss the target, he missed the post as well. Ball headed back. Nelson tidying up. Lembixa. Nelson. Coleman. Coleman finds Harlock in front of him. Brunt getting tangled up with the referee. Get out of the way, ref. McBride. Oh, that was a poor ball. But luckily, it's not fallen for Barnet. Coleman. Harlock. Brunt, who was tackled. Or Doherty was tackled as the ball came for him. And Barnet are on the attack here, but there was a poor ball. And Nelson picks it up. Kavanagh. We come forward again. McBride. Kavanagh. Brunt. McBride. McBride has a go. And it's gone over the top. It was a corner, and it was headed out. I think it was a corner anyway. Harlock on that far side. This time an in-swinger. And it's gone over the top. Minutes on the clock, and highlight to Barnet. We might rue the chances that we've missed. And that's gone wide. I think, in fact, offside. Yeah, he is offside when he picked that ball up. It was going wide anyway, but all the same. Lembixa with a throw-in just a minute from half-time. Harlock. Back out wide to Lembixa, who heads it in. Couldn't do much else. It was a bit high for him. Lembixa has the ball back under control, though. Nelson. Brunt. Harlock looking for the way through. Goes wide to Doherty. Doherty inside to Harlock. Back to Doherty. Swings it in. Looking for McBride. Didn't find him, though. Kavanagh. Harlock. Harlock. Through to Shepherd. Shepherd. Back to Kavanagh. Kavanagh. Shepherd. Oh, he's hit the post. And 1 minute of injury time, and half-time has arrived. It's been a bit of a topsy-turvy half, to say the least. Their goalkeeper has kept them in it, I have to say. 22 shots, 7 of which are on target, an XG of 2.23, so we should have had 2 of those at least, and 65% possession. Really, really need to be doing something in this second half. Let's have a look at the other latest scores. Currently, the lead is down to 16 points. Or is that 14 points? No, 14 points. Just 14 points in it. We are letting this slip at the moment. And by the time you come back next time, it could well be that we'd be in the relegation zone. I don't think it's quite as bad as that. Bradford City are 2-0 up against Port Vale. I'm just looking for... Colchester must be winning. Colchester, in fact, are winning 3-0 at Milton Keynes Dons. So there is only one thing for it. We need to win this game. There is no ifs, buts, or maybes. come back for the second half. No changes made at half time. We have tweaked our formation a little bit. We're going to go attacking as well. I really do need to win this game, if at all possible. As we get to the hour mark, nothing doing. Boney to Coleman. Coleman comes forward. Finds Brunt. McBride. We put 2 up top and lost our attacking playmaker. Russ. Brunt drop him down into midfield. We are going to rue these missed chances in this game. They're coming thick and fast, and we're just not putting them away, which is very disappointing. But at the moment, with injuries and other stuff, we don't have anybody. We can't take Will Russ and McBride off, really. We've got no other. Ronnie Nelson is struggling. In fact, it's getting to the time where we need to do a few changes. Fernandez on for Nelson. What I might do is just change this around slightly. Will Russ can go as the target forward. "32 shots to date we've had, and nothing has gone in, and nothing is going to go in either. It looks really like they have blocked us out, and at best a point here. This is so disappointing." Doherty has a throw in on that far side. Harlock. Doherty finds McBride. McBride to Kavanagh. Harlock. Yes! Right at the death. And, well, it's no more than we deserved. But why has it taken so long? Oh, I thought we weren't going to do it. And, gee, it's really been difficult, but we have got to win. Well, I say we have got to win. We've got a lead, at least here at the Citadel. And Doherty with the throw in on the far side again. Harlock, Doherty back to McBride. I thought that was a loose pass then. Doherty, Willock goes out far side to Doherty. Harlock, yes, McBride. And 2-0. Again, it's no more than we deserve, but to be fair, it's taken us until 90 minutes to actually do something. Goalkeeper error falls into the path of McBride. McBride puts his 24th of the season away, and that's it. It's all over. Minute and 5 minutes into injury time. I really did think we were going to have such a game where we just put away 4.77. We should have had 4 goals out of that. That was absolutely ridiculous. Interesting to see the attendance is 3,009. Nice, need to see how that compares with what we were getting at the Citadel, or in fact at the Envirovent Stadium, but certainly at the Citadel before we moved. We'll do that at some point. 38 shots. 38 shots. We just pounded them. 13 were on target. Their goalkeeper having a great day. Lewis Jones saving the day for them in some respects. 4.77 on the XG. 60% possession. Barnet had 12 shots, 4 on target, 0.87, and 40% of the possession. I don't want too many like that. I don't think my heart can stand it. So as you come back, Colchester beating Milton Keynes by 3-0, and Wrexham beating Walsall 3-2. Bradford City, where are you? Bradford City, were they playing at home? I don't know. No, they weren't. Bradford City, they won 3-1 at Port Vale. So, as it stands with 21 points left to play for, 3 sevens are 21, maximum Wrexham can get is 91 points, which means that we are 1 point, 2 points, away from 1 point if you count the better goal difference that we've got. We're 1 point away from being promoted to League One, which is what our target is. Which leaves me in a bit of a dilemma. We'll let you know now what that dilemma is. So do we come back pretty much immediately for Leyton Orient and Newport County? And then what we'll do, assuming that we've secured the title, we will then just come back. We'll play Harrogate, Hartlepool, Northampton offline, and come back for Sutton United and Exeter City, final game of the season. That's what we're going to do, because I think we are that close, unless we completely blow out again on the next episode. I think we can pretty much guarantee that we will pick up, hopefully, against Leyton Orient. Leyton Orient currently are in 11th place, Newport County in 12th, so 11th and 12th. Yeah, but we haven't played particularly well against Barnet, to be fair. So we'll see, but we'll come back for Leyton Orient and Newport County then. Pretty much straight away. And that's how we're doing. Not quite what I had planned out, but we will change the plans, because I think we want us to see, as this is going to be pretty much the final season of the series, want us to see us win the title, don't you? I think it's the only right thing to do. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Bit of a one of them, really, wasn't it? We should have really won that first game, and then we'd have had it wrapped up in the second game, and then we could have just carried on. If you have enjoyed it, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification button. That will keep you up to date with what's left of this particular series, and of course it will keep you in the know of what we're going to do if FM23, as we get closer to FM23, we get closer to announcing who we are going to manage at the start of FM23 in the beta version. So you need to be tuned in for that. New episodes, or what remains of the episodes of Bottom to the Top, will be released every Monday and Thursday up until the release of FM23. In fact, I'm scheduled at the moment. This will go out about a week. So a week's time, I think we will have the final games of the season, and then we will come back for one final episode, which will be a roundup of our time here at Farsley Celtic. And there might be the odd episode that we just chuck in at some point or other when I get around to recording them. A bit like we've done with making Tottenham Hotspurs again. What happens a season or a couple of seasons after we have left Farsley Celtic? Do they continue up the tables, or do they start to drop back down again? We will see. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed it. They were out on Mondays and Thursdays at 4:15 p.m. future episodes, so keep tuned for those. And if you want to keep up to date what's happening, you need to follow me on Twitter at JustOffsideToo. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for episode 51. It's out on Monday, and hopefully we can get promoted in that episode. Don't miss it.